Yippee! We're going on another Ouija road trip, and we are taking Karen Dahlman of Creative Visions TV with us. We're heading to St. Louis, Missouri, where we'll meet up with Patrick Keller of the Big Seance, and then drive on to Brumley, Missouri. And we will be visiting the legendary Haunted Castle House for a weekend of paranormal investigating. So come along and join the experience with us.
Everybody, okay, so I'm here in Brumley, Missouri at the Haunted Castle House. We arrived last night, but I wanted to show you a little bit of the outside, just walking in, and then we're getting ready to start our investigations today. We had some really cool stuff happen yesterday, but let me show you what we got going on today. Look at this knocker. Look at this.
These, I got like 20 of these, not 20, I got 12 of these for like $4 a piece about 10 years ago. I've broken about 4 of them. But this one, it's the real professional one that does everything. And it makes it so much easier to really get the good stability with holding the lens open for so long.
That's Judy and that's Steve. Say hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
They own this wonderful haunted castle house. And you guys know Patrick from the Big Seance.
Hi!
What are we getting ready to do in here, you guys?
We're getting ready to do a board session. We've got a couple different boards up here, and we've got some video equipment to film it as well, including an SLS camera, and so we're getting ready to learn some new things.
Yay, I love the board.
Okay, I've got a SLR camera that's been modified to pick up UV light, so it only films UV. Got the UV light source up here. Back here we've got a Canon just video recorder. We'll be running that during the session. Right in front of Karen there's the XLS camera that uses the near infrared to create images and bring them in, kind of like the Xbox technology. And on the table we have a REM pod, and Judy, you want to touch that? It should go off. It makes its own electromagnetic field. If you break it, it sets the alarm off. And depending on how close you are, more lights will go off. To the right of that is the periscope. It picks up static electricity, and it's directional. If it passes by, the lights will follow the direction it went.
And it's pretty.
Yes, it's got pretty colors.
For Christmas.
And then the obelisk is the last thing back there, which will both say a word and then also make a log of it, have the written word printed out. So I think that's all the extras we have in here right now. So now we're ready for the board.
Steve and Judy really wanted to learn how to use a Ouija board. They had not had luck previously with getting it to work. So I sat down with each of them at the board and taught them how to get the planchette working. When I was done, it was their turn to put into practice what they had just learned with each other now as board partners. This is what
where
happened.
it was me, you, and David, and
Blindfolded.
and we'd spin the board around.
Oh,
and
did it work?
No, we didn't do.
Okay, that's okay.
That's
So,
the only time.
But, all right, so how about you?
I used to a couple of times when I was really young, like 4, 5, 6 at my grandmother's, and I don't remember much about that. I remember thinking that it answered questions, but I don't remember any details, or it's probably my older sister playing with me.
Okay.
And then as an adult, I've tried it. We did it at the Crescent one time, and I think Sherry and I did it, my little sister. We didn't get anything to happen. And then at home, I've done it multiple times. And here I've done it multiple times
By yourself or with
by
someone?
myself.
Okay, how did that work for you?
And I've never got anything.
Yeah, okay, and that's good, because using it by yourself really is a lot harder. And I'm here to tell you that right away. I didn't use it by myself until after 39 years of using it with a partner.
Oh, wow.
Only because on the back of the box, on the back of the board, it says you should really be using it with the person.
Okay.
And the partner. But I do believe that when people are younger and even starting out, and not because of any fear factor, but it's for kids because they get obsessed with it and I want to rely on it.
Right.
But for adults because they're just not going to get success.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually say work with a partner. What I've found over the years, it works better with somebody you connect with. So a good friend, a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, father, daughter, my siblings, and you just don't have a lot of respect for it. Usually tends to work better, and as long as they're open. So when somebody's kind of closed, and especially in the beginning, it's harder to get it to work. If somebody walked in the room and I'm with my partner using it, it would keep on working because we're so used to making it work, having it work.
Right.
So really, the connection matters. So I think because it's two of you as husband and wife wanting to use, it's going to give you that much more energy.
Okay.
Because your connection. Now, how does the board work? There's many theories to it. It could be ideomotor, which means your brain's controlling the fine muscle movements of your body at a subconscious level. You're not aware, but you let go and it moves. I'm not opposed to that because I do think we speak to our inner self or our higher self, our greater self, the wisdom that comes within. So I'm not opposed to saying it could be ideomotor. Some people say we speak to strictly spirits or ghosts because they passed on and they think this is a tool just to contact the dead. Because the spiritualists snagged this up and started using it when it came out in 1890. Actually, 1886 is when it started, but the Ouija board in 1890. So they said this is another tool for us to use. We're trying all kinds of contraptions, and they thought this would be a great way to speed up the communications, and it was. Then there's also theories that you're actually speaking to other kinds of energies that are out there, such as maybe angelic realms, celestial beings, ethereal beings, and beyond, including animals or extraterrestrials, etc. So for me, I do a little bit of everything, I think. I think I progressed through all those things and I go back and forth between them all. For me, what I believe and when I work with my guides, what they tell me is that we're actually working with our energy together, my partner and I. It connects, it creates this bond, if you will, or conduit. And then we connect with their energies. It becomes like a third energy here. And through that, we channel their energy. It uses our own perceptions and filters of our mind, uses maybe our own language at times, so we can understand it. They're bound by the filters of us, whether it's spirits, ghosts, ethereal beings. They can only come through your own comprehension, through your own level of intelligence, through your own understanding. They could bring some new things in, but they're going to use your filters to bring through. And a lot of things, when it comes through, gets lost in that channel because this is a whole different frequency. They say that what separates us from any of these other energies is a matter of just vibration, which is frequency. The rate of our vibration is our frequency. They say we're no different than you, except we vibrate at a higher frequency. Higher doesn't mean better, just means at another different level than us. And so we reach in and tap into it. So this is going to be fun, using the tools today, as Patrick and I have done before, and I've done it a few times with people, because we may get something with that. We may not. Now, I will say this. When I spoke with my guides, who I typically talk to when it's by myself or with my partner, Rodney, or my other partners over the years, they don't turn off these instruments. They don't go off when I talk to them.
Okay.
They said our frequency is just outside that range. So that's bizarre. But like last night, we were getting some things on your SLS camera, and I think that's because we were bringing in some other energies. Because of us in the room, or maybe what's here in the space in which we are. You want to be on the table, on this board, but come in this vicinity. Present yourself. You could be one of the beings I know. Maybe it's a being here in this space or at this crossing of energy. But you're welcome. We invite you. We want to experience you, see you. We invite you into the space with us. And we thank you for allowing us into your space. Feeling a really warm energy starting to come in. You guys feel anything?
I felt me needing to clear my throat, just waiting for the right moment.
If even the table and Judy all are red, which is the warmth on here, and everything around you's blue.
So it's red over here? Yeah, I was feeling a lot of energy, like warmth coming through here. Is there anything around that you experienced anything in that camera yet?
Yes, there is. There's been something for some time. I didn't want to say anything.
Well, I was feeling really warmth, and then I was hearing, well, just speak it. You hear me, but it's like I was like, I don't know. But so there's something. What are you getting?
I've never seen anything quite like this. It's changed shape several times. There was something. Well, you just have to see it on there.
Okay,
Now there's
yeah,
another
okay.
one that just came behind you.
Okay, I welcome you.
This thing has changed shapes a dozen times. Was over down low and reaching straight to the forehead, and that's the new one. Looks like that one leg's connecting to Judy.
I wonder if you could help Karen move the planchette.
And the one extra one moved over to Judy's side now.
Mm-hmm.
This is working really well by myself. It doesn't usually work this fast.
Look at that touching Judy's head now.
It's like a connection.
Yeah. Never seen this.
It just spelled out, me saw you. I don't know what that means. Usually I get things that are more...
Say that again?
sensible. Me saw you.
Oh, okay.
Like I saw you, it said me saw you.
Animal? Child?
I don't know.
Native American?
Maybe. Didn't say I would think it would have said I. Go ahead and come back and present yourself to us, if you would, please. Let us know you're here. You've been showing yourself. Show yourself even more so we understand you.
Really, I've never seen anything like it. Judy, do you feel anything?
It's very warm. I can feel it coming up from underneath and through me. I don't know. I just feel very warm in my hands too. I don't know if you can see anything.
Karen, do you know if are you like sending any vibes out anywhere? Like, are you sending energy out as you're doing this, or are you just receiving?
I was really actually opening the space to receive it. And I'm not like
Just stop it and
projecting.
then I'll
That's
restart it because
what
it'll
it's
kick off
Okay.
at the end.
I was really just asking the guides or the spirit beings and anybody, different beings I talked to come
Okay.
through.
We'll tell you what we saw later.
Okay. All right. Well, let me try this. I'm gonna just call them guides now. Let me just see, because I'm curious and I want to know if they're able to register on this. So let's just clear the space. Everybody else, thank you so much for coming forward. I just want to try something with my
And
special
then
friends.
it's full, unfortunately. It's not going to take any more.
Is it over? Why don't you guys all go for now? Thank you so much. Just stand over there. We'll do this again later. I want to bring in just the guides. I just want to clear the space for them to come through because I'm curious how we've never done this before. So I'd like to know if you guys can come through. Please present yourself. Okay, so I feel them. I made that connection internally. They're here. They said, we're pleased to be here. Can you present yourself on these screens of these machines? And if so, please.
And y'all are blue now.
Yeah, I feel their unconditional love. I feel it's just flowing through. I can feel it. Do you feel anything over there? Thank you so much for being here. And please, whenever you want to present yourself to us with these different tools that you may try to come through. I know we've tried some experiments like this before, but whatever you can do to help affect these machines would be great, if you can. So what do you guys gotta tell us what you're getting?
Well, there's several things, but the weirdest thing, and this is what the initial thing you were talking about, how it was weird.
Yeah.
Going from her to Judy.
Yeah.
So, like, the skeleton forming on you.
Oh, myself?
Yeah, is connecting. There's like sometimes two of them connecting to Judy.
Oh.
Right in her forehead.
Like you're connected or...
Oh. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Those are these little beings that stick figures and they come to...
Well, it was your being. It was your stick
Okay,
figure
you went over to her?
connecting to her stick
You mean
figure.
I went over and just walked over to hers?
No, it's like it's sending out a projection that touches you and then a projection that touches her.
Oh.
And usually it's in the middle
It's
of her
definitely
forehead.
coming from you, though.
Okay.
And sometimes it's on her leg.
Is
And
it
it
on
was-
my left
Now it's
side
doing
or
lots
on
of
my
weird
right?
things, though.
Yeah, it's going crazy now.
Was it on my left or right?
It's
Both.
hard to say, but
Okay, because
You
there
felt
was
something? You
one
did feel
time
something.
I kind of felt like a little tingly
Okay,
on my
good.
left arm, but not. I mean,
That's something.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay.
it's very
And just
subtle.
the last few minutes before you asked,
like-
there's one up there in between the two windows over there.
Oh. Okay.
and before you looked at it, there was something that was like crouched down over here and projected up to Karen's head. And it didn't seem to be touching Judy. It seemed like it was like right in this area. And that part's recorded, so I hate that the memory's full on
That's
this now,
okay.
but this is crazy. I
It's
mean,
just fun.
there was
So, we're gonna sit here and I'm gonna work with each one of you separately, and then have you two work together. But what I want to say about when your fingers are on this planchette, it's gonna be, it's a very subtle movement, and I'm gonna show you each one at a time what that might feel like. I'll actually push and pull the planchette, and I'll tell you when I'm doing that because I want you to feel. It's such a subtle feeling or movement that you've got to like imagine, feel it. It's beyond just, oh, it's gonna take me. You kind of have to go, oh, okay, okay, I feel something, and you go with it.
Okay.
You'll know that in just a second when we start. And then the other thing is you're gonna question yourself. You go, oh, come on, I pushed it, or she is. And I'm gonna tell you I'm not going to, but I'll tell you when I do for training purposes.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't know that about me. I don't know that about you. But the thing is, when you sit down with somebody, you gotta have that open trust. That's all you can do. Patrick asked me a question once, and you probably remember this. Patrick goes, "How do you sit at the board with somebody? You kind of have to have trust, don't you? I mean, how do you trust somebody?" I go, "I'm very picky who I choose. If I'm training, I'll train anybody. But when I sit down and really do sessions, I'm picky because I really have to know that person and trust them. Again, the bond.
Yeah.
Then I can let go. It is a process of letting go and allowing. It's a process of following the movement. You'll see what that means in a second when I show you. And being open. A lot of it is just being open. Regardless if you think it's a scientific thing like it's ideomotor or it's a spiritual thing or it's a ghostly thing, it's you've got to be open to the possibilities. That's what's going to allow this to work.
And be open to the muscles in your arms and shoulders hurting.
Yeah.
Because remember, I was like,
Yeah.
shut up. Are you kidding? Because to not like have anything leaning on the table, I was like, I did not expect I would have to take a break. I'm like, okay, Karen, I got to take a break. And you're like,
Oh, come on. No. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. It's a good point because we tend to go like this. We go, hold my breath, it's going to work, and we tend to lift. Don't. You're going to lift from back here.
Okay.
You're going to do this. You're going to relax. And when you move, it's going to move from back here. If you feel yourself doing this, just kind of drop and maybe shake. And then you got to keep your hands, your arms up like this at all times. If you lay them here, you're not going to get the movement.
Okay.
You don't even rest till you feel it going.
Okay.
You've got to be up like this the whole time, like you're playing piano,
Okay.
the whole time. So what I'm gonna do, let's sit more like this towards each other. You wanna be like knees like towards each other like this. Now I typically like a square table because I'll get this right on the triangle edge.
Okay.
So we're sitting like this.
Right.
If you watch my videos.
Okay.
But since we don't have that, that's okay. It's a pretty big board. We're gonna try this. You're gonna have to be like this. Now, what I tell people to do is when you first start out, get over it. Now, I'm just gonna push it. Watch. My body will go with it. Because if you sit back here, you're gonna start getting tired. It seems stupid, but get over it like this. I'm totally pushing it, you guys. I'm totally pushing. I want everybody to know that. But you want to get over it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
All right. So put your hands on here like this. Okay. Yeah. Here you go. Relax your shoulders. There you go. Everything's up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pull this for you. Okay. I want you just to feel this. And I want you to move your hands a little bit back. There you go. And I suggest when you start at least 2 to 3 fingers. You need to. Don't get fancy. I do this. Okay. Just 46 years later.
Yeah.
Okay. But I always tell people to start here. You need to get tangible with it and feel it. Okay. And I'm gonna pull it. I want you to feel this subtle feeling. Okay. You're a little heavy on it. Lighten up. There you go.
that was the other thing that I struggled with.
Okay. Now let go. Now did you? Okay. Here we'll do it again. I want you to lighten up again. Let me see how light you are. If you're too heavy, put your hands in there like you were before. If I lift my hands up and it does this, you know you're too heavy.
Okay.
But that's not bad. That's pretty light. really be mobile. You're gonna have to really be mobile in this area. Here we go. I'm pulling it again. I'm gonna push it. Oh, good. You're staying right over it. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
What does that feel like to you, if you can describe it?
Almost like a, I don't know.
No, you're doing great.
Kind of like in water, kind of.
Okay, so it's a flowy thing?
Yeah, flowy thing.
Perfect. And you want to flow with it. Okay, you want to flow with it. So I just like to say an opening statement. And within my statement, I always say like an intention of what we're trying to do here today, as well as I always talk about being in a space of love and having that vibration around us. Okay, so I always start this way. God, Goddess, Universe, Spirit, all our relations that have our best interests at heart. We welcome those energies that are with us, that want to communicate and are willing to be in love and a space of light. We're always surrounded by the love of light, by a beautiful energy, by wonderful energy that's going to support us, guide us, inspire us, and also provide information. And I know that Judy and Steve would like to know more about this space, this house. And so we invite those who used to be here, who also come from that same space of curiosity, discover, exploration, and want to assist them in their endeavors. Love surrounds us, love comes through. And we thank you in advance for these communications, of which we will attempt. We may receive, we may not, but we still thank you in advance. With that, we say thank you. You may begin. Okay. That's just to kind of bring in the energy. Okay, so our hands go on it. I usually start right here. It's a neutral space. All right, so just feel, I'm just sitting here with you until you feel something move. Usually in the beginning, it's good just to close your eyes. You feel it right there? Okay, follow it. And we just try to get, oh, very nice. You just want to follow that. And you may not even open your eyes until 1 or 2 sessions later. Right now, I just want you to feel it. So if your eyes close, you can follow it and not worry about spelling. And what I find is when new people work together, often what has to happen is the connection has to be made. So you may find the planchette going in spirals and circles, figure eights, going to all corners of the board. It'll go wherever it needs to go to get used to this tool, the apparatus, if you will. I just have learned you have to be patient through this process.
Yeah, we had a lot of gibberish when you worked with me
I sure
at
did.
first.
Yeah. And then we started getting some, after we worked, that was the first time, then we sat down again and we got a little bit more, didn't we?
Mhm.
Started getting some names. That's normal. That is typical. And at that point, nobody should get upset or worry about it. Why? Thank you. By the way, when I do board, I can have clarion conversations and still get, this is pretty normal. This is one of the ways I check out, so I can let go of trying to want something to happen. So I'll talk and I'll write letters and I'll, let go and kind of like, okay. Now, do I know who we're speaking with right now? No, but I definitely can tell you this: it's something that has a light energy to it, and you can feel it by the flowingness of it. And at this point, okay, I don't have that letter. You have to get on the letter if you want that letter. If you don't, we move on. Thank you. At this point, when you're starting out new, you want to really think to yourself, okay, how does this feel to me? Do I feel anything foreboding? Do I feel comfortable? Trust yourself as the measurement, as the tool when you use this tool. And if it resonates with you, then go with it. If it doesn't, throw it out. But there's no science. We're not talking about science here. It's an experiential thing. It's tangible, and it's we're dealing with things that can't be explained. But you definitely can feel. It's like when you walk in a space, you can feel how the energy might be off. Do that when you walk into this space using the board. Yeah, thank you. Okay. You guys are doing great. And then kind of watch your shoulders so don't get up too high. Yeah, no, I'll do.
You're starting to feel it now, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can.
All right, stop just for a moment. Okay. It's okay. People say, oh, don't take your fingers off. It's going to break. You're not breaking anything. Just shake your
I
shoulders.
felt like when I
Yeah.
that
Sometimes I have to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because and sometimes I don't even wear jewelry because I don't want to get stuck. But yeah, if you need to take a break, just take it. And you're not going to disconnect because we're still focused here. So let me just put it, I start in a neutral place.
Okay.
And I put my fingers back on. Okay, we're back. Thank you for waiting for us. Yeah, mine's doing it too. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're ready if you want to try to spell your name, who this is. Nice. Keep going. We're with you. E. Thank you so much. Doing great.
Built the house,
Who built the house?
and what year it was built,
What year?
and anything else that.
I'm good with that.
Okay, let's go with that.
Which is this?
Is this the right way to hold hands? Let's see, anything to go with it. Just ask that you clean our hearts and our minds, that we be open and receptive to any messages that would be coming this way. We thank you in advance for your participation, and just ask that all that is done is honoring and good and light, and just thank you for teaching us something new.
Okay. We would like to know who is Joan. Are you moving?
I'm not. Are
I'm not
you?
either. No.
So that's how it works in the beginning, folks. People will question each other because they're new at it.
6.
And it's good to be skeptical.
Okay. And I will call out what it stops on. So if I don't call it out, I did not get it.
So as Judy and Steve work at the board, we've got Patrick over here. I believe he's working the echo box. He's getting random words come in, but he's shut out to us. Nice. And we can't hear what he's got, so he can see if he's got something coming that might match what we're getting or be different than what we're getting. It's just an experiment we're doing right now.
Can you tell us what year the house was built? The house that we're in right now? Did you say that's, I think it's on 4466.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what year this house was built? Are you, 1870? Oh.
I don't know.
We'll call out whatever you stop on. You? When you're ready to stop, go to this neutral zone, but can you tell us what your profession is?
As you can see, they were successful at getting the planchette to move. But as expected in the beginning stages of working the board, you often will get gibberish, which is what they received. However, when Judy and I sat at the board, we did receive a name of an energy that those two could follow up with later.
Friday, December 13th, 11:14 p.m. The SB11 is set on channel 1 AM, sweeping forward at a rate of 350.
It's Friday the 13th.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah.
Who?
Is anybody here with us tonight? We've got some guests with us, some friends with us tonight. This is Patrick and Karen. like it when we have guests come over?
Steve.
Can you tell me? How many are in the room? How many people do you see?
Spooky.
And see, there's a figure there. Do you see it?
Right, I can't.
Sure do. Dancing around.
Yeah, I think I'll just put some USB ports in there and.
Oh, it's chilly up here.
It does. Quick temperature change.
Look at how cool this is. Ooh. I'm sleeping in this room here. Ah! Just kidding. Check this out. There's this closet door with a hole in it. You go in here like this, and then you're in this. Ooh, it's dark in here. You guys can't even see. I can't see. And then I go over here. Voila! I'm in Patrick's room. Voila! Oh my god. Oops. That'll scare him if I leave the door open. He'll think somebody came through there. Ta-da! All right, so now we're gonna try this machine called the Portal. It's that box right there.
Okay, talk.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
And I can turn it up on this too if you need.
I think I've got it up as loud as it'll go.
So right now we're calibrating it so he can't hear us.
You might.
We're gonna ask some questions.
Is that too loud? Okay, we're good.
Although it's kind of it's not too loud, but it's more distorted.
With that, usually one of this dial, I think it's the one that'll dial it in to where you like it. So
Yeah, because now I'm not hearing the stuff. I'm hearing the more of the mess.
you want to just turn that and see.
See, so again, we're gonna be doing the
Just
Estes
tune that
Method. That's what
down,
we're doing
see.
again today.
I'm gonna go over here and ask questions, and then Patrick will shout out whatever he hears. And I've got a recorder in between the two of
You
us,
good?
and hopefully it'll pick everything up.
So are you all going around the corner?
We're gonna sit in
He's right
here.
over here.
Okay.
We're in the turret room. The doctor's room. I know somebody else is here. I feel you.
Hit or shit or sit.
Listen, don't judge the messenger. He's just giving the message. You let him say what he wants. I know there's somebody else here because I feel you. What is your name? Where are you from? What do you want to tell us? Do you have a message for us? Pretty quiet, not much. He said maybe a couple things.
He doesn't know, but it's one of those.
Jump.
He said Joan.
Joan?
Joan.
Joan.
Joan was. Who is Joan?
Who is Joan?
Joan was what he said earlier. What we
A knife. Yeah, wasn't the knife?
Tell us about Joan. What do you want to say about Joan? Sometimes this takes a lot of patience.
Was Joan a patient here?
Would you mind telling us what you're going to be doing?
So I'll be the third person this evening to try the Estes Method, and I've wanted to do it for a long time. I don't have the right nerds in my household that would, it's hard to do the Estes Method by yourself because it requires this is something Carl Pfeiffer and people out in Estes Park at the Stanley came up with, and it's really popular on TV shows now, and it's really cool. So someone listens to usually like a spirit box with headsets on so that the other people in the room can't hear what's coming through the spirit box, and people in the room ask questions, and the person listening with the headphones, sometimes they'll wear a blindfold or just close their eyes so that their senses are more tuned into what they're hearing. And so that kind of, is could be validation if the things that I'm hearing correspond to questions that people in the room ask. And
so the way you're kind of like you're acting like the Frank's box yourself.
Yeah, being a medium in a way.
Yeah. But you decided to switch to this tool from the other tool.
Yeah, we tried it with, we used the spirit box with Steve and with Karen, and we got some interesting things, and Steve's session went like over 30 minutes, and we just tried it with me sitting with the portal, and it's different, and I'm not sure it's something that works well with the Estes Method. I don't know, but I'm way familiar with the spirit box and not as familiar with the portal, so that might just be my own uncomfortableness with it. That sounded really smart. Uncomfortableness.
It works. I think we got the message across. Anyway, so this will be fun.
Okay.
You get to try it. Tell us when you're ready, and we'll just start doing it. We're all filming each other, and it's fun. This is a bunch of para-nerds, too.
Hi.
Tell us something we need to know about this house. What do we need to know?
Fire.
Is there a fire in the house?
Holy crap, that was like 6 words in a row.
Did the school catch fire?
The church?
Tell us about this
Escape.
Fire. Oh.
Get. Okay, y'all, this is harder than I thought. I'm hearing stuff, but trying to interpret it, and I'm being critical.
It's very tough.
You have to let go.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna. Oh, I thought I heard Bigfoot.
Oh.
I heard Bigfoot earlier. All right, back at it. This is how it works, you guys.
What do we need to learn?
Away from me.
What are we doing wrong?
Duck?
How are we offending you?
We've got 3 people in here with us right now. The one sitting on Patrick. Oh, that's Patrick.
Careful.
One in between you two, dancing.
Fat cookie.
Yeah, it's a fat cookie right there between you two. I'm telling you.
What did you call me?
Not you, it's a person in between you. I'm seeing it.
What do you want to talk about?
Wednesday.
What's happening Wednesday?
Ouija.
Oh.
Ooh.
Next.
Next.
Next. A sentence being said, or a unique voice that's very clear. And if I could hear better, I think I could have said more. But I try not to say that unless I was pretty sure what it was.
Well, and
That's how I felt.
like Karen did too. There'd be a lull,
Uh-huh.
and then it was like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And Judy's like, turn the page, turn the page.
Yeah, it was. It was like really hard to keep up.
There was like one man's voice that sounded like an older white man that came through really, really distinct. And there was a black guy's voice that sounded like kind of a younger or middle-aged that was really angry. I don't remember hardly any girls' voices. There were a couple, but not many. And some of them seemed like there's a little smirk or attitude.
We like your
with things. Yeah.
I kept getting laughter
There were
too.
so many things that you got that Karen got.
There's some very
Karen had a
similar.
bucket. You had a bucket.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
You had 8 several times. Purple.
You had Eric. I had Eric with purple.
She said purple and 8. You said purple and 8.
Uh-huh.
Jeffrey.
It
Oh,
got
Jeff.
Jeffrey.
A lot of help. And
Uh-huh.
come quick.
Yeah.
Come
You had
quickly,
that's
come
right,
quickly.
You had come quickly.
Yeah, death. What was the story you feel like you were telling? Because I got caught. This whole imagery came to me. A story. What'd you
I
get?
didn't get great imagery. I got, with the black guy, just somebody that was angry, felt threatened, was, ready for some kind of violence, and I couldn't tell if he was perpetrating or defending. With the older guy talking, I just never could, I guess I was so focused on trying to say to get the words right that I couldn't really maybe pick up on the story as well, but I definitely felt emotion with the black guy that was being maybe a little bit harsher. There were a couple of them, with the help and something death that came like come death or death quickly or death something that, felt a little bit disturbing, but I don't know. I mean, it was.
There were some interesting questions that came before the death stuff too.
That's wild. I mean, the thing that impressed me the most was how there was times that, I could hear the static and the scrambling, but then there's somebody talking over that.
That's what I heard
By the way,
too.
You're in trouble
I forgot already.
because you did not tell us that you started coffee.
We were
I didn't
hearing.
start coffee.
Yeah,
I
but
made
you didn't
water.
tell it.
Okay, we were hearing gurgling sounds. It was scary.
We were like,
we
did
almost
you hear that?
left this house.
I went over there sneaking with my camera, ready to take some photos. I thought it might be Bigfoot
We
outside.
almost left this house with you in it with those headphones
We were like,
on.
did you
I'll
hear
be
that?
nobody.
We were going.
Did you hear that? We were like, it's coming this way.
I thought I'd make tea, so I just put in some hot water and I didn't think about the sound.
And then I was like, he is in trouble for not telling us.
And we're like, oh my God, what was that?
Oh, that is frightening.
Okay, so now we have Judy. She's gonna do this. And this little ghost is talking. Boo, boo, I'm a scary ghost.
So, there's an ant.
Where?
I just crushed an ant on my phone. It's falling across the screen.
Goodness.
This is what happens when you've been doing this for all day, all night. You start to get a little slap happy.
So Judy is the last one. We've all done the Estes.
I'm
So,
nervous.
yeah, she's
You're
gonna
nervous?
Give it a go. All right, everybody ready?
Ready.
We want any lights off?
Let me get this going. We'll turn
Okay.
the lights off.
Yeah.
Come on, Steve. Can't you just do it in four? No.
We're sitting here and Steve's doing everything.
We can hear him clicking around, and we're like, okay, we all ready?
Come on, hurry up, let's go. I'm a scary ghost.
You've done good with pulling this stuff down and putting it back up and pulling it down.
We're like, let's go in this room, let's go in that room.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I'm having a ball. So like a kid.
God, is SLS setting up right now?
Any final words?
Before you go under?
Pray for me.
Okay.
Is anybody else here in the room with us tonight? Any of the former owners here?
Okay, so what did it feel like?
It felt, I thought he had touched me like right here. Because it didn't feel like this on the top of my leg. It felt heavier. And so that's why I opened my eyes and turned, and then he wasn't there, and that's why I was like, I felt something touch me. And then But the
Any
cord is really light.
Any temperature difference, or was it just pressure?
It was just pressure. Like, it really felt like somebody just poked me like that.
Because we asked for somebody to sit here,
Okay.
and then Karen at one point asked for somebody to sit there.
Did you feel any temperature changes?
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really, nothing noticeable. I
Your
was
senses are so
concentrated.
much focused on the,
Yeah, when I was, sitting here, and since I've sat here while you were doing it, I never felt it at all, but there were, about 3 times where it felt like, like you had an air conditioner on right in front of you. I didn't feel the breeze. It just felt, all of a sudden, it's really cold here. And then it would go away after a minute or so. That was very good.
It kind of gave me the chills.
Would you do it again?
I would, yeah. It was very interesting.
I thought you were going to stop. Was it after she heard her name? I thought you were going to stop. Because you said this
You kind of
is
shocked
creepy or
yourself,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, this shit just got real.
Then you kept
Was
going.
that-
We're like, okay.
Was that the first time did you already ask her, was that the first time you'd heard your name through something?
I think so. I don't think
Because
I've
it looked
ever
like it, yeah.
heard it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I really had to take like a couple of deep breaths and try to like focus again because I was kind of,
Unnerving.
yeah.
Two.
There's a cord.
Oh, it's.
What the hell is this?
That's his phone, I think.
Oh.
It's like 3 little stubby black sausages there.
It does.
Like, some bitch fell followed us.
It does.
Go back to the crescent.
But I think it's
What is hand? Is this somebody's hands?
That's what I was asking.
like the-
3
That-
finger? Wow.
But I think
That's
it's
what
his phone.
is that your stick or is that?
What is that?
I think because go back to the other picture because
Those are my Edward
he didn't have a
Scissorhands.
phone
You're
up
right.
in the other picture.
It's a
See?
seance.
So I'm thinking maybe he's bringing it down.
Ooh,
Let's see. I got it way too close.
Yeah,
there we go. I look like a ghost.
because it's in that same hand, so that's why I'm.
But I don't know.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's
Ooh,
curious. Are you saying that maybe we're
I
seeing
think
it on
that's his
end?
phone. Yeah,
Okay,
you're seeing
okay.
it like
Yeah, because
Okay.
Oh,
because
with
it
his
looks like the
hands.
little.
Yeah.
I was seeing
The
fingers like
volume
that
button.
instead of
Yeah.
sideways. Okay.
Yeah.
and it's
Like it's-
shiny like
Okay.
that.
Yep.
So
Totally
that's
looks
what I
like your
think it's
phone.
going
Oh,
down.
good answer.
But I don't know about the chair leg though. Like, well, that's weird to me.
It must move. He must have kicked it so it moved while we were filming.
That looks like
Spirits.
back in time, man.
I love it.
It's so strange.
You just
We
look like you're
ghosts.
fluid. Yeah.
We don't look like we're.
Action. This is a dead ringer bell. This was given to the previous owners by a guest. And one thing they pointed out, it's a really heavy one, so the wind wouldn't, blow it easily. But they used to, when they buried somebody, they'd have a little tube that went down into the coffin itself with a rope attached, so that if somebody was actually buried alive, which was usually when they were in a coma, if they awoke, they could ring it. And if you've ever heard the term graveyard shift, that's what's referred to. There were people assigned to walk the graveyards at night to listen for the bell ringing, and then the term dead ringer too is referring back to these bells. So
Ring away.
See the kitty?
okay, we'll start the tour over here where the rocks are. The previous owners had a fire pit there, and when we had the gentleman with the deep penetrating radar come out, he mapped out where all those orange flags are, the shape of a building, which we think may be the first home that was out here. May also be where the coroner had his office and the apothecary shop. We started digging a little bit. You can see in that corner, and that's where I found a lock from the late 1800s, a padlock. And I found a lot of old nails out here. But hopefully this time next year, at the latest, we'll have this part all dug up and see what's actually here. Let's see what else. I don't guess there's anything too terribly. This is also, when I come out here with the millimeter, with the EMF meter, I've walked the entire property and get either 0 or maybe 0.5 at the most. But before the guy ever came and surveyed this, I went in one night and told Judy that all this property right here, the millimeter consistently reads between 2 and 10. And that goes to about where those bushes are. If I pointed up towards the power lines, it didn't change anything, so I don't think I was getting a reading off that. But pretty much everywhere where this building is, the millimeter detected it in the 2 to 8 range.
Which tells us?
Well, which tells us that anything below 2 is felt to be just from the earth itself. Things that are above 8 are typically from man-made devices, from appliances, cell phones. So the 2 to 8 range is the hardest to account for naturally, which hopefully means it might be something supernatural or something at least we don't understand right now.
Very cool. Very cool. Love it. I love that you guys are doing so much research out here to really find out the truth behind the history of what this property had and held and still holds.
Well, it's fascinating, and the stories we were told were really interesting, but the true stories, I think, probably going to be even better still. So we're excited to find out what we can as quick as we can. And the story we were told originally it was people who died in the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic, but we know that's not actually the case. The best records in the county are there's just a few people that died from it, and there was not a practicing doctor here in 1918. So when we had the deep penetrating radar come out, he approached it both different directions, east and west, north and south, and there's definitely something there. He said it could be, pets or farm animals that were buried. It could be people. He couldn't say for sure, but there's definitely something. So next year we hope to excavate that some and see what's actually down there. There's a marker in the center that a previous guest had brought, and then the tall thing is actually a little memorial to veterans of World War I that I got at one of the antique places, and I just thought that was an appropriate place to put it. It's something that we just brought in, but so hopefully more news to follow. And the old outhouse, which as Judy can tell you, it still works.
Everybody wants to see this outhouse.
The former owner too said that he would recommend digging under there sometimes because people used to, when they quit using them, they would throw stuff away in there, so you might find some interesting old stuff. I don't know if he's serious or if he's just...
I'd let you do that. I don't think
You have a problem with that?
I think my OCD as well as Judy's OCD would be
Peace out.
Be out on that one.
So we're walking down to the Civil War area, and they believe they have skirmishes down here. So this is part of their property. And go check it out.
The limestone big outbreak crop is right up there.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at our cameras and do a face plant and crack.
Down here where the kind of levels out and where the orange flags are, that's where the gentleman with the radar found several different hits. And he said just looking at it, there's some parts on the ground that are kind of sunk in a little bit. And he said he could certainly see it being consistent with an encampment from a Civil War. He does lots of Civil War sites. He's been doing it for years. And then every place there's a hit, there's something underneath there. So whether it was a stable or whether it was part of the camp, we don't know yet, but we'll hopefully get that excavated soon and follow up with some answers on that.
You guys, there's so much more to learn here. This is what's really cool about this place. It's like unveiling of history, little by little, and they're getting to the bottom of it to get the truth.
Is there?
You guys, if Bigfoot's out here, or Dogman, this is where he'd be, right? Hiding out in those trees back there. Although I think right now they're all scaring him away.
Okay, explain to... Yes, he's the ultimate skeptic. He only went with this one time. But he was all into wanting to prank the whole time, and Judy was always like, no, you can't, that breaks the rules, And then when I was listening to the EVP tape, and I heard this faint sound that got stronger, and it's like, that's somebody chanting. I mean, this is awesome. Yeah. And I thought, shit, that's Brian.
I hate getting pissed off when you figure out what it is. Yeah.
I do too. Yeah. And I'm all about pranks and scaring people. There's nothing I enjoy more in the right settings, but on the ghost hunts, we have a truce where we don't, just so we'll hopefully not... get tricked too much and have a little more confidence in what we find.
And have that truce between the two of you when you do the Ouija board as well.
Yes, we will have that too for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
That still blows me away. That thing, it moved all over, and I know I wasn't moving it, and Judy wasn't, so you have made me a believer.
Well, I'll say what, I think these two right here, you guys, are really going to be good at the Ouija board really soon. It was amazing how well they were doing today.
And my preconceived expectations were it wouldn't move. I thought there would be absolutely nothing. I thought when I did it with you, I would really be able to tell you were moving it, and I thought when I did it with Judy, we would get nothing.
That's what I thought. I know it's moving, but maybe it's her energy, and I thought when me and you sat down to do it, I just thought it's not going to do anything. It's just going to...
And it was moving actually pretty rapidly for you guys. I was surprised about that myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you were faking anything, I couldn't detect it in any way whatsoever. And same with Judy. I mean, y'all, I was in as skeptical as could be, and once again, I found out I just don't know as much as I think.
And you guys now own how many Ouija boards?
Gosh, 1, 2, 3, probably about 5.
See, that's good.
Yeah.
Collectors are born. They'll have some more.
Just one.
Sure.
Guys, our fun is coming to an end. We must leave the wonderful Judy and Steve Skinner. So what do you guys want to say about this weekend?
It's been fantastic. We could not have had a better time. We learned a lot, made some new friendships. It's a great weekend.
I don't want to leave.
No, we don't want to leave you guys. This is such a wonderful place to visit. And they're so hospitable. You guys, we had so much fun.
We did too. It was great. We loved it.
Even the investigations were so much fun, but just the camaraderie, the friendship, and our...
Dub smashes.
You guys know us.
Oh, you'll be seeing them.
Oh, and by the way, it's snowing right now on our way out of Tucson.
Very snowing.
So it's really cool. It's like almost
very
Christmas.
Snowing. It's very snowing. It's very much snowing.
This is the kind of fun we had, you guys. So thank you for joining us and coming along on this little tour. Till next time, Karen Dahlman with Creative Visions TV. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Drive safe, and thank you so much.
Okay, now we're leaving now. Look at this, you guys. It's snowing. Woo, look at this. We got to drive. Bye.
Now drive safe.
Thank you. Look at this snow. And it's kind of sticking, you guys. I'm a little
Would you like me to open your door, madam?
Oh, yes, please. Look at this. It's like winter. You know, I don't get winter. I don't get winter in California. This is winter for me. All right, this is our drive back. Patrick's taking me to the airport. And look at this, you guys. It's like, dude.
And we're still 2 hours away.
It's not looking too good, is it? Yeah, keep your eyes on the road. Don't look at me. On the other hand, it is pretty. It gives me a white Christmas, but I do want to get home. Gotta get back to California.
It would be nice if they, kindly jump ahead of us and plow this road.
Yeah, where are those plows? Anyway, they're plowing some of it. We seem to not be hitting any of that. But we are on these backcountry roads. It's kind of cool. And, kind of scary.
Oh, is this a plow coming or a car?
No, this is like a fearless truck. Truck's got more grip on the road. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get on that side of the road.
I know, for real. Let's just cross over.
Let's just drive. Let's pretend like we're in Europe. We're in England. Oh, I shouldn't laugh.
We like that side better.
See how that side is, you guys? It's like they totally take care of that side, but we're like ahead of the plow, I think. Head of the plow. That's what we're doing.
Oh my God, look at this big truck.
Just don't come our way. Actually, they have great traction, so they don't have to worry about it. It's like a roller coaster. Whee! Check it out, you guys. Made it to St. Louis County. Snows everywhere. It's been a fun drive, huh, Patrick?
It's been laborious, as Karen would say.
Was it white knuckle?
It was white knuckle. It's
Seriously.
still a little white knuckle.
You guys, it was. We were stuck on one highway for like, I don't know, we stuck there for several songs. Nobody's moving.
Worried about if we were going to have to find a pee bottle.
You know,
if we were going to have to get a sleeping bag and sleep in the car.
Spend the night in the car.
Oh, we were stopped. Did you already say that we were stopped for like 15 minutes at least?
At least.
Like parked.
Yeah, in the highway.
All three
right.
lanes on the highway.
Now we're jamming to like 90s music.
This is Naughty by Nature, OPP. Yeah,
See?
you know
Yo,
me.
yo, yo.
Yeah,
Yo,
you
yo,
know
yo, yo,
me.
yo.
Yeah, you know me.
Anyway, I'm all happy. I'm gonna make my flight back home to California. Yo, yo, yo. All right, so here we are, you guys. This is kind of getting worse again. So we just listen to music and try to laugh and think about positive things.
Uh-huh.
White knuckling it? Nope. He's doing good.
You feel that?
I did.
Is that why you looked at me?
Yes. We're feeling slippage every now and then.
Definite slippage.
Slippage. But it's happening. It's working. Thank you, Patrick.
2.8 miles. Take exit 235C.
Yay!
Airport.
Yay, almost there. St. Louis Airport. Made it safely, I think. We're not there yet, though.
Yeah, we're not parked yet.
Spoke too soon, maybe. Nah, it's all good. It's been a great trip. This is part of what happens when you go on a ghost hunt. You got to deal with the aftermath.
All right, so we're going to Terminal 1.
The trip to Missouri was well worth it, and I made it home safely. I want to thank our host and new friends, Steve and Judy Skinner, and of course thank my dear friend, Patrick Keller, who makes every event interesting and loads of fun. I left this weekend of all things paranormal with not only interesting investigative experiences, but knowing that I have made 2 new friends. There's nothing better than experiencing laughter, camaraderie, and pure joy. And now, here is a couple of our dub smashes.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright.